Have you ever wondered why we accept things as they are without questioning? We often forget the importance of questioning, of challenging the status quo. This is a cornerstone of the philosophy of Socrates, who encouraged critical thinking and the constant pursuit of knowledge. It's a philosophy that promotes independent thought, prompting us to question, to explore, to doubt. It's a call to intellectual independence, to become thinkers, not followers. So, let us delve into this philosophy by examining the 10 Commandments of Socrates. The first commandment encourages us to doubt everything. This is not a call for cynicism, but rather a push for curiosity. The heart of Socratic philosophy lies in the belief that our understanding of the world is not definite, but is ever-evolving. Socrates urged us to question everything, ideas, opinions, and beliefs. He believed that without research, investigation, and testing, acceptance of these is premature. This is not about rejecting everything outright, but rather about fostering an environment of intellectual rigor and discernment. The act of doubting is not to undermine, but to understand. To doubt is to delve. It's to peel back the layers of an idea, to investigate its foundation, to challenge its validity. It's about enriching our knowledge, refining our understanding, and carving out a path to truth. This commandment is a reminder that intellectual humility is the bedrock of wisdom. As Socrates said, the only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The second commandment urges us to always search for the truth. And what does that mean? It's about peeling back the layers of assumption and prejudice that cloud our judgment. It's about not accepting things at face value, but delving deeper, investigating, questioning, and challenging the status quo. It's about being brave enough to confront the uncomfortable, the uncertain, the unknown. It's about being relentless in our pursuit of understanding, no matter how elusive the truth may seem. It's about using our rational minds, our critical thinking skills, our intellectual curiosity to uncover the reality beneath the surface. It's about recognizing that truth is not always pretty, not always convenient, not always what we want it to be, but it is vital. It is the foundation upon which we build our knowledge, our beliefs, our values, our very existence. Remember, the truth may not be what it seems, but it is always worth seeking. Commandments 3 and 4 urge us against blind conformity and complacency. Let's delve deeper into these philosophies. Socrates, a beacon of critical thinking and rationality, warns us against the danger of blind conformity. He invites us to unfollow the herd. This doesn't mean rejecting societal norms and traditions outright, but rather evaluating them through the lens of logic and independent thought. Consider the herd as a metaphor for prevailing opinions, inherited customs, and traditions. These are not inherently bad, but when we follow them without understanding or questioning, we lose our intellectual independence. We become mere followers, drifting in the direction the herd moves without awareness or discernment. Socrates calls us to be more than just animals in a herd. He urges us to be thinkers, to question, to challenge, and to seek understanding. It's about choosing informed compliance over blind conformity, about being active participants in shaping our beliefs and values, rather than passive recipients. Moving on to the fourth commandment, Socrates cautions us against taking anything for granted. This commandment is intertwined with the previous one. It's about questioning, about not accepting anything at face value. It's about the belief that all truths are relative, not absolute. What does this mean? It means we should not unquestioningly believe in so-called sacred ideas or absolute truths. Instead, we should analyze and evaluate them using reason and logic. It's about understanding that our perception of truth can change as we gather more information and as our understanding evolves. It's about acknowledging that our truths might be different from someone else's truths, and that's okay. These two commandments, unfollow the herd and do not take anything for granted, are not just about questioning others, but also about questioning ourselves. They're about cultivating an open mind, about embracing a state of continuous learning and growth, about acknowledging that we don't have all the answers, and that's perfectly fine. So do not follow the herd blindly and never take anything for granted. Commandments 5 and 6 emphasize the importance of asking questions and reading. Socrates, the ancient philosopher, understood the value of curiosity and the thirst for knowledge. His teachings emphasize that asking questions is more than a mere exercise of curiosity. It is a vehicle for expanding personal knowledge. When we ask questions, we are actively engaging with the world around us, challenging our assumptions, and pushing the boundaries of what we know. It's through this process of inquiry that we deepen our understanding, broaden our perspectives, and cultivate wisdom. Each question we ask is a step towards truth, a step towards understanding the complexities of the world and our place within it. But asking questions is only part of the equation. The other part Socrates taught is reading. Reading is a powerful tool for learning. It allows us to absorb the wisdom of others, to explore different viewpoints, and to gain insights into cultures, philosophies, and ideas that we might not otherwise encounter. Reading broadens our horizons, introducing us to new concepts and perspectives. It enhances our understanding of the world, increasing our knowledge and experience. It develops our mental skills, fostering critical thinking and analytical abilities. And most importantly, it feeds our curiosity, fueling the desire to ask more questions, to seek more answers, to continue the journey of learning. In essence, asking questions and reading are intertwined. One fuels the other, creating a cycle of learning and growth. They are the keys to intellectual independence, to becoming not just followers, but seekers of truth. Socrates' fifth and sixth commandments remind us of this essential truth. Knowledge is not a destination, but a journey. And on this journey, our guides are the questions we ask and the books we read. They are the tools we use to navigate the vast landscape of knowledge, to explore the unknown, and to seek the truth. So, never stop asking and keep reading. The remaining commandments revolve around respect for diversity of thought and personal tolerance. Moving on to the seventh commandment, Socrates encourages us to critically evaluate ideas and beliefs. He reminds us not to sanctify any idea or belief without first understanding it. This means to question, to probe, and to dissect every idea that comes our way. Do not adopt them blindly, but instead, make use of abstract logic and objectivity. Next, we have the eighth commandment, which might be a bit controversial for some. Socrates instructs us not to blindly rely on religious authority. He warns us against becoming like marionette puppets, manipulated by the strings of religious leaders. Instead, he urges us to conduct self-reflection and personal verification of all our doctrinal matters. This is not a call to reject faith or religion, but rather a call to deepen it through personal understanding and conviction. The ninth commandment is a reminder not to reject ideas that contradict our logic and thought. Socrates urges us to maintain a constant readiness to accept and absorb different ideas and views. Instead of dismissing them outright, we should refute them with abstract logic and objectivity before deciding whether to accept or reject them. This open-mindedness is a crucial component of intellectual growth and development. Finally, the 10th commandment is a call for respect and tolerance. Socrates implores us not to harm anyone who disagrees with us. He reminds us that difference in opinion is a universal nature in all beings. We should respect this diversity of thought and never resort to verbal or physical abuse due to a difference in opinions. In essence, these final commandments call for critical thinking, personal conviction, openness to diverse ideas, and respect for differing opinions. They are a call to intellectual independence and personal integrity. Thus, keep an open mind, respect others' opinions, and never harm anyone because of differing views. Socrates' commandments are not just commands, they are a philosophy of life. They navigate us through the labyrinth of life, guiding us toward enlightenment, instilling an unquenchable thirst for truth, and fostering a mindset of respect for diverse perspectives. In summary, Socrates urges us to doubt everything, to question, investigate, and test ideas, rather than blindly accepting them. He encourages an incessant search for the truth, a quest that takes us beyond the surface, delving deep into the complexities of reality. The Socratic approach is one of defiance against the herd mentality, advocating for independent thinking and logical evaluation of traditions and customs. We are prompted not to take anything for granted, to analyze and evaluate sacred ideas, and to understand that truths are relative, not absolute. Socrates emphasizes the importance of frequent questioning and voracious reading to expand our knowledge horizons. He urges us to critically evaluate ideas, to not sanctify them without understanding. Socrates also warns against the blind following of religious leaders, advocating instead for self-reflection and personal verification of our beliefs. He instills in us a readiness to accept and absorb differing ideas, to refute them with logic and objectivity before acceptance or rejection. And finally, he calls for respect and tolerance towards those who disagree with us, reminding us not to harm them verbally or physically. These commandments are a testament to Socrates' commitment to critical thinking, truth-seeking, and respect for diversity of thought, making them timeless guidelines for intellectual independence. And remember, as Socrates said, "I cannot teach anybody anything, I can only make them think."